Hello everybody, it's Christian again. So it's a little dark out, I know, but I just thought about how I did my series on the 7 red flags that diet influencers have. So I talked about the 7 red flags of diet influencers that hurt their credibility. And if you watched it, I appreciate it. I know it was 11 videos long, but if you watched it all, thank you. Even if you watch some of them, I'm grateful for that, so thank you for watching. But I wanted to end this on a more positive note, all right? So for 11 videos, all right, I talked about 7 red flags that hurt an online fitness influencer's credibility regarding nutrition. I began to think, and I realized that actually there's green flags that exist too. All right, I was able to think of 3 green flags that help an influencer's credibility when it comes to nutrition, all right? So 3 green flags, all right? If an influencer meets these 3 green flags, chances are the influencer's nutritional information is good, all right? So if an influencer has these 3 green flags, listen to his or her nutritional advice. So the first green flag is where an influencer does not shill for a specific diet, all right? So, when I say shill for a diet, like if an influencer, say, is dogmatic about being a vegetarian, or is dogmatic about being a carnivore, dogmatic about being keto or whatever, that's a red flag. I know I didn't really talk about this red flag, but in general, something I've noticed is that people who are shills for a specific diet, generally speaking, give really bad nutritional information. So, like I say, if there's an influencer who really promotes the ketogenic diet, that influencer probably is giving you misinformation. Now, I think keto can be helpful for some people. I think the keto diet can be helpful and healthy for some people. It's just that people who say promote the keto diet on social media, most of them give you blatant misinformation. Ditto for any diet, all right? The vegetarian diet is very, very helpful for a lot of people, and the vegetarian diet has potential to be healthy, depending how you construct it. Well, most vegetarian influencers usually give you misinformation. Now, fasting. I call fasting a diet personally, but fasting has real benefits, all right? I've done fasting before in the past, and it works. It is very helpful. However, the influencers who promote fasting oftentimes give you blatant misinformation. So, if you want to try carnivore, keto, vegetarian, paleo, whatever, do the diet. The diet might be fine, and you should experiment with diets. The diet might work, but the influencers who promote these diets usually give you misinformation. Conversely, the influencers who don't shill for a specific diet, generally, their nutritional content is on point. Let me give you some examples. All right, Dr. Mike Israetel, he's the host of the YouTube channel Renaissance Periodization. He's a nutrition professor and a professor of exercise science, and his advice on nutrition is accurate and on point, all right? Dr. Mike Israetel, he doesn't shill for any specific diet. He just gives you basic nutritional info, and his nutritional information is accurate and on point. Same with Layne Norton, all right? Layne doesn't shill for a specific diet. He kind of believes in flexible dieting. That is, you eat mostly clean food with small amounts of junk food, basically. And Layne never shills for a specific diet. And his nutritional info is accurate and on point. Same thing goes for Carhalvo, all right? He never shills for a diet. He just gives you good quality nutritional info. Carhalvo, is the host of Nutrition Made Simple. They got an awesome channel. Check them out. So, if an influencer does not shill for a specific diet, that's a good sign. Chances are his or her nutritional info is accurate. The second green flag is if somebody, this is going to surprise people, but the second green flag, if you will, is if somebody is a natural bodybuilder. And I emphasize natural, okay? Because there's guys like, say, The Rock, Mike O'Hearn, Jeff said, I hope I'm saying his name right, that are juiced to the gills. Yeah, don't support them. Their nutritional info is probably garbage, all right? So, natural bodybuilders tend to give you good quality nutritional information. And part of it is that they don't shill for specific diets, all right? Which kind of goes back to the first point. So, natural bodybuilders, more often than not, give pretty good nutritional advice. Some of these natural bodybuilders I'm talking about include Nalewanyj, Geoffrey, Verity, Schofield, and Ben Carpenter, all right? They're purely natural. They don't use performance-enhancing drugs. And the nutritional info that they do give is accurate and on point. So, natural bodybuilders like Nalewanyj, Geoffrey, Verity, Schofield, Ben Carpenter, they're really good. I recommend checking them out. The third and final, Jeff Nippard, sorry. The next natural bodybuilder who gives good nutritional info is Jeff Nippard. All right, he is not the Athlete Next guy, Jeff Cavalier. Jeff Nippard. All right, check him out. He's awesome. Finally, all right, the third and final green flag is if the influencer cites multiple studies to prove his point. Yeah, and I emphasize multiple studies, okay? Because a common tactic I've noticed is that some influencers will use one study and will really hyper-focus on that one study. That is deceptive, all right? Because if you look at one study, you could ignore dozens of other studies that contradict it. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers saying this, but Andrew Huberman is the king of this, all right? Huberman will take one study, he will hyper-focus on that study, and he will ignore studies that disagree with it. I actually read a Reddit post, which I'll post in the description, where he looked at a study which argued that the ketogenic diet was beneficial for people with depression. A Redditor pointed out that a different study contradicted that one. And that study found that the ketogenic diet was not helpful for people who had depression. Now, I think this is my opinion here. I think what explains this contradiction is that I think the keto diet genuinely provides some mental health benefits for some people. But for others, it doesn't do anything. All right, so for some people, keto helps their mental health. For other people, it does not help their mental health. So I think the studies are legitimate studies. I don't think they're rigged or anything like that. But the point that I'm making is that Huberman looked at one study and he blatantly ignored other studies that disagreed with him. That is not what you should do. Or that's not what the influencer should do, rather. If the influencer's citing just one study, that's actually a bit of a red flag. A green flag, conversely, is where the influencer cites multiple studies to make a point. In general, when somebody cites multiple studies and all the studies say basically the same thing, that means the research tends to be more accurate when that happens, all right? So, a green flag is where somebody cites multiple studies that say the same thing. Jeff Nippard does this a lot. He's good at this. Now, Nippard doesn't always do nutritional info. He's more of a fitness influencer. But the nutritional info he does give is very good. He'll look at multiple studies, and he'll put them in context, and he'll analyze the studies. So Jeff Nippard, he's awesome. Same thing goes for Layne Norton, all right, and Carhalvo, okay? They'll look at multiple studies, and they'll put the studies in context. So that way you know... What the heck? Okay, sorry. So that way, Carhalvo and Layne Norton, okay, they'll look at multiple studies and they'll put the studies in context so you can draw a conclusion. Similarly, another fitness influencer named Picturefit, He's a guy who is a fitness guy who likes to do goofy cartoons. Picturefit, okay, does the same thing. He looks at multiple studies and he puts them in context, which is extremely helpful. So, just want to do a quick video here. So those are the 3 green flags, okay, that a nutritional influencer is giving you good information, all right? The 3 green flags. He or she is a natural bodybuilder. He or she cites multiple studies to make his or her point. And finally, the influencer does not shill for a specific diet, all right? So if the influencer meets those 3 green flags, that means the influencer is giving you good nutritional information. Last but not least, do your own research, okay? Like I said, most online influencers are not very good. The ones I cite are pretty good, but most of them are not. So do your own research. Read PubMed articles. Read academic articles like on PubMed, ResearchGate, stuff like that. Read credible blogs from educational institutions. Do your own research to figure out what diet works for you. And just want to give one last little tip. Calories in, calories out is accurate, okay? Here's how you determine your calorie maintenance to maintain your body weight. If you take your current body weight and you multiply it by 15, that'll give you your calorie maintenance within a few hundred calories. Not totally accurate, but it's pretty close. If you want to lose weight, you eat less calories than your maintenance. If you want to gain weight, you eat more calories than your maintenance. Simple enough. All right? Not too bad. And when you count calories, if you're going to do that, count everything, okay? If you cook in butter, you cook in oil, butter, count that shit, okay? You got to count it, okay? If you want to have a cheat meal, you have to count that, okay? Everything you eat, literally everything, count it. All right? Don't give yourself a treat and not count it. You got to count that stuff, okay? Count every calorie you eat. Count stuff that you cook it in, okay? And make a conscious effort to exercise more if you're trying to lose weight. All right? So, if you do all that stuff, you're in good shape, all right? So, that was pretty much it. So remember, those green flags I talked about, search for influencers that have those 3 green flags when it comes to nutritional info. Just one more time, I'll repeat them for you. The 3 green flags are: cites multiple studies to make a point, is a natural bodybuilder, and the influencer does not shill for a specific diet. If the influencer meets all those green flags, or meets like 2 of them, I'd say, that's probably a good sign. All right? Have a good rest of your day and take care. Thanks for watching.